Greetings everyone, please go a moment to make sure everything's set on up. And looks like I went ahead and did the wrong Rumble live stream. I should be rebooting now. The Twitch is going. Twitter is going. Kick is going. YouTube is going. Looks like everything is going up. And give me another moment to check my other computer. Activate the live chat window, something I did forget as well. And looks like everything is online. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Empires 4 replay. So on the left side is the Cyan Ayabids, we got Faye Dash Chans. Well, on the right side is the Red House of Lancaster, we got Iliad, who's merely just collecting up sheep, nothing else. One late villager there. Sorry, it just seemed a little bit weird. Most time I just see like, oh, scattered in all directions, like over here, collecting up berries. One villager on gold. We two, of course, got the House of Wisdom. Notice the scout does immediately grab some sheep. Wait, there's black sheep now? This is the new update. Looks like there's black sheep now in the field. Sorry. This is November 1st when I'm recording this. This is the first day after this patch. And yeah, there's apparently occasionally black sheep around the field. Whose wool is not white as snow. Oh, there's a brown sheep. Does get another black sheep there. They appear to be identical, just more colors of them. Either way, sorry, that just caught my eye. And of course, it's the initial eco phase. When it comes to map generation, Cyan does have relatively safe wood deposits off the side, but lack of natural cover up front does have two gold deposits close by here, so maybe second towns are right now. So do have Abbey Kings being established here between the gold and the stone. Red has two small gold deposits behind here as well, so very safe gold for red, so it doesn't expand up too much, and it does also have two tree deposits in front of them, so it feels pretty good map generation for red. Here deposit seems a little bit off the side and across these trees here, but not too terrible. More important is probably the gold deposits. Cyan does have a safe gold deposit back here, while two gold deposits pretty close by, so yeah, easy to keep this area secure. We do now the Trade Wing Bazaar now being researched, which does get him 4 random selections of favorable trades. I sort of wish they would rework that to be less RNG. I think this could be a bit of an more interesting mechanic if there's less RNG to it. Maybe upon research it unlocks the sort of mercenary units of selectable things, and then you get charges for the unique trades. That would overlap too much maybe with the Golden Gate, though. There's probably something to work around with it. I just don't like the RNG aspect. First one is 3 Bedouin Swordsmen. Is that he immediately goes for all 3 Bedouin Swordsmen. Is that a good or bad thing? He got enough gold for all of them immediately, so Red spots this. He sees the Bedouin Swordsman. For those who need a refresher, Bedouin Swordsman has a very good amount of health. I think they got Slave Whip for rework now. Wait. Yeah, I actually don't remember what Bedouin Swordsmen were before, and they seem different now. I know skirmishers were base alternative, but I also can't remember if Bedouin swordsmen have been adjusted. They have 160 health compared to man-at-arms. It seems like the same health as man-at-arms. Of course, have no armor. They're classified as light. They have standard movement speed. They get +3 versus melee, so they're definitely anti-spearmen in this age, and probably pretty good versus feudal age man-at-arms. In fact, armor piercing. So, yeah, they are better than feudal age man-at-arms. Attack speed's pretty high as well. How much do they cost for a pair of them? That's worth it. 80 gold. Definitely can't mass reduce them. The king is power deployed on field. And these guys do bonus damage versus all melee. We do. Oh no, not the king. Oh, Lord of Lancaster. These Bedouin swordsmen should be perfectly fine versus the Lord of Lancaster. I forgot this is not the English. Secondary town center now being established now. This is the recent balance patch. As said, the manners have been changed. Still seems largely the same to me, though. I didn't really read the changes, what's different about them, but still seem pretty similar. Oh wait, increased build limit by 4, so that's different. And we'll be surrounding the Lords of Lancaster. The Abbey does still provide the health regen out of combat, so the Lords of Lancaster, if they escape, they can stick to the Abbey to get health regen. Alongside out of combat, and it's good health regen as well. Bedouin swordsmen, of course, do have, looks like standard torches versus the Lord of Lancaster. Yeah, appears to be exactly the same. So I'm engaged the Lords of Lancaster now. We do have now Golden Age Tier 1, a very good plus 10% cavalry rate for all resources. Third Lord of Lancaster on field, and thanks to the Abbey's massive health regen, so able to get some good health done. Having the Abbey get torched a little bit is perfectly fine. Starting to get some damage there, but they're spreading damage all across the targets. Not easy to focus fire on melee units. These guys have taken a fair amount of damage, but nothing critical. No dervish to heal them up in this age. Fourth Lord of Lancaster was cancelled. So it looks like now change the pings. So it looks like every 8 seconds provide 10. Oh, we can highlight it here. Provides a fair amount of food now. Yeah, it looks like it provides 150 food, 70 wood. That's definitely different. That feels pretty good. 30 gold per minute. I think that got reduced. We now have a battering ram here. Looks like these research siege engineers, and I wasn't paying attention to that. That is very good. And they could actually benefit from bonus damage there. Where's the blacksmith? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, the Abbots of Dynasty and Ayyubids get free siege engineers. So these Bedouin swordsmen is able to deploy out a early battering ram. That's a massive pile of villagers going for the White Tower. Good defensive position near the town center, which does have an extra arrow. Looks like got another pair of Bedouin swordsmen. And good to go for culturing advancement at the moment. Why does these icons look different to me? I don't know. Sorry, something just seems off. By the way, battering ram now trying to batter down the Abbey of Kings. One of these Bedouin swordsmen getting hit pretty hard there. With this age up, he was also getting a nice age up bonus of stats, so they're far more effective right now. Not to mention get a little extra armor. These guys still effectively pierce the armor for +3 damage versus melee. We got pair of free Earl's Guards to help support out the Lords. Good Lord. Some Earl's Guards going down. Villagers torching down that battering ram, which almost got down a house. Looks like one of the Earl's Guards goes down. Overall, great defense there by Red. Did not lose a single Lord. The Lords can, the small force can just simply stick near the Advocate healed on up. He did lose one of the free Earl's Guard, but that's probably perfectly fine. Economic Wing Industry, which is the one that will provide 900 wood, 400 stone, and villagers build 40% faster. I don't remember them building faster with that. A little bit extra stone. That's basically a free town center and resource right there. Maybe he's going to go for a secondary town center since his bonus has gone for secondary town center. Now think about it, that can be a bit with now I think this got buffed. I don't remember the build fast enough to mention. The resources are good, like I said, for another town center. Iabids actually have a decent amount of resource stockpiled up and as well, pretty close to another age up. Next favorable trade. 2 Bedouin skirmishers. That's anti-range. Yes, but we do have this outpost is a. Oh, yeah, the House of Wisdom is really powerful wisdom influence. +5 fire armor. These guys doing 7 damage per arrow of the fortified. They're not doing any damage to this thing, to this extra armor, fire armor. This is actually a really powerful thing. Bedouin skirmishers do provide 10. Okay, it does +10 versus light infantry, not anti-range. 6 range, crossbow attack speed, but still pretty good anti-light unit. Now affect both archers and spearmans. Do now have a pair of camel lances being employed in the field, not eyeing for another age up. Has a good amount of resources, enough for a town center. Pretty close enough stone for a keep. Those for another town center. House of Lancaster players eyeing some Earl's Guards, which are simply are superior to man-at-arms. Those opponents can deploy Ghiloms to engage. Though Iabid Ghiloms are not as great as Abbasid Dynasty Ghiloms in my opinion. Iabids are definitely more of the camel focus of the two, while Abbasid Dynasty is definitely the economic focus, where in my opinion Abbasid Dynasty has like the highest economy in the game. Scouts and camel lancers rotating around. Do have another pair of barracks here. Earl's Guards can throw a bunch of daggers. They are of course Call of Duty specialists, though I don't know if that reference ever holds up anymore about throwing knives. Just such a stupid concept in general. And ballistic knives. Do not have the Earl's Guard take a bit of damage there, but luckily the Lords of Lancaster's aura does improve the durability. Lords of Lancaster does move to slot on formation. Earl's Guard do have a standard movement speed, which is actually pretty good for them. Not only they have more utility with the dagger throw, they have more speed than standard man-at-arms. And they do cost the same as man-at-arms, so they're just straight up superior to them. And then they can also always get additional bonus damage with more keeps in the field. So they're +1 at the moment. Get a good amount of dagger throws onto these units. Not a lot of range armor or melee armor at the moment. Just the default amount. We got the billmen, spearmen, and I think I just saw textiles completed. Next round of trade has just been obtained. Can bring in some more Bedouin skirmishers, another pair of Bedouin swordsmen, and more wood. Scout is down, not big surprise. Camel lancers do find walls. Capital gain some shots there, some dagger throws there. And a big round of arrows. Could do a Wolo, but probably won't capture the or convert to the Camel Lancer. Basic set of walls over here. Pumbaa has been slain. Going for a manor and a mill. Manor out here. Access drop off of all resource types. Pass generate all that. Generates additional for each. Okay, so that's the manor changes. Probably should actually read the description. Nice drop off all resources, quite nice. Passively generate food and wood based on each nearby villager, so you can put your farms around these things. Interesting. $10 wood, 30 food per minute. That's actually a lot less than the 150 we saw earlier. So mustard. Let's see. There's 8 villagers nearby. It's going to be much closer to that. Right now it's doing it every 7 seconds if there's 12 villagers nearby. Interesting. So it does incentivize players now, since it also acts as a drop-off point, you can use them as the middle technique for regular English. It'll also be probably a bit better, particularly with the gold generation. It's a little bit larger size, so you may need to do a bit of a swastika formation of farms around it, where it's just a little off-centered. Does get some good hits in the Dervish. Dervish does stay alive. Let's see, what could the Ayyubids age up next? The military wing Master Smith is very powerful. Military reinforcements are very powerful. The cheaper, costs a lot cheaper, is also possible. And the 4 dervishes, no. Not, I say one of these 3. 4 dervishes is definitely the least useful thing. As much as AoE healing's nice, it's probably not as important. Got a good number of spearmans and Earl's guards here for Lord's Lancaster. Pretty good infantry force. Does take a little bit of damage here. Up north, got a good number of camel lancers, so spearmans are definitely the way to go. Desert raiders with some archer mode wouldn't be half bad. Help deal with everything else, and also help with the surface area of the charge. We do now have the shaft mining research now on the way. And we do have Golden Age Tier 2, soon to be Golden Age Tier 3, which is not super important until Golden Age Tier 4 when Siege Unit costs less, and Camel and Tier 5 increases Camel's attack speed. This singular villager may go down. There's about 160 berries left. Wait, that's his own units. My mind is melted. Looks like 7 seconds is largely the cap of how fast a manor can work. How many manor upgrades can you get now? You can still get 2, +4 as well. So you can get up to 11 manors. That's a quite odd number. I wonder if the other landmark does something different than giving the defensive arrow. Berkshire Palace not being pulled on the field. The less fun of the 2 defense of landmarks for the English. Those do some units here. Got a good number of spring golds here. Military reinforcement will allow his various camel units to build siege, which could be quite useful. Spearmen rotating around, take some hits. So Lords of Lancaster, looks like his heavy units are just going to abandon this formation of spearmen. They do have the Billman upgrades, so they start ripping some of this armor off. Berkshire Palace is still queued on up, but I'm not sure. Okay, now it's actually starting being built. Got some Bedouin swordsmen here, going for another battering ram with 9 Bedouin skirmishers. That's something they could try doing as well when it comes to the Trading Bazaar. It's actually allowed you to stack up the charges, so you don't have to immediately go for them. Rather than being, they just add 4 charges of random charges. That may be one way to help reduce RNG. That way you can just simply go for a group of them later. When the kings or lords do go down. Lance is now charging on in. Desert Raiders do have a very good bow, able to pierce armor quite well. You're now the age up for the House of Lancaster now. Just going for more Earl's Guard. Which the Spring Golds is still a very good choice of that when fighting them. Definitely needs to get the Scotage research. Now throws 2 daggers, but less accurate. I don't know exactly how less accurate it is. But in theory, should be pretty good burst damage now. We also now the Elite Earl's Guard. Doesn't have a pull hanger there, which I suppose they do. This looks a little bit different what they're carrying there. They don't have the spiky bit at the end. Just like some Desert Raiders, we have no inherent range armor, so the dagger throw should be particularly effective for them. Lords and Land cast a push way forward. Ooh, kind of volley onto the Spring Guards. That's interesting. Elite Earl's Guard on flowing field. Military reinforcement with 3 Desert Raiders. That's a very powerful passive upgrade. If he doesn't get Elite, they will still be a very, very good supplemental force. All of them goes down to Earl's Guard. Earl's Guards do have standard movement speed. And right now they do have +2 attack thanks to their 2 keeps in the field, the Bashar Palace and the White Palace, or White Tower. Now you have Golden Age Tier 4s. These units cost 50% or 20% less, which is very nice. Going for the Scuttage, or however you pronounce it. Sign has enough stone for another keep. Right now it is also 130 villagers versus 83. Sign does have another towns in the corner. Sign's also killed off a good number of villagers, don't get me wrong as well. Earl's Guard straight forward, throws some more daggers against the Spring Guards. But got a good amount of collateral damage here. Over here would be a good volley target. Keep is garrison. Reggie's pushing forward with a good number of these Earl's Guards. More Spring Guards being pulled in the field. All these units are getting pretty wounded. Villagers starting to go on down. And Sign's going to lose a good number of villagers. He has a little bit of oversupply of villagers, so losing them's not too big of an issue. Military reinforcements almost available, which will spawn out a round of 7 of them. And you get another 7 every 150 seconds. This does give them nice little extra forces here. Over here, this town will be spotted. Doesn't really need the moment, has plenty of extra villagers at the moment. Up here, we do have more villagers being chased by the lords and the Earl's Guards. Good number of farms are being established now. Do now the level 2 manors being researched. When the lords do go down there. Siren now does have all 3 6 sites and all 3 relics, though one's being decaptured at the moment. Make that 2. Another lord has gone down. Slowly being picked off in the corners. Went to archer mode. Their melee attack is definitely superior. A couple more Bedouin skirmishers can be pulled in the field, but they're fighting against a bunch of heavy units, not light units, so they're not going to be too particularly useful right now. Coming inside the keep, this gold deposit has 300 gold left. The other gold deposits have been seized, so I need to start going to center map claiming more gold, like this one here. Large gold deposit here and here. The red's going to start claiming this one. Oh, that's where the Bashar Castle was trying to be deployed at first. Of course, got the Elite Desert Raiders now deployed in the field. Needs a lot of upgrades still onto them. Melee, range, and incendiary arrows. I'll mention biology never hurts, at least not him. trying to decap at this point now. No Lord's Lancaster being pulled in the field. Probably a good idea to still go with him since it provide a 20% health aura. So it looks like I got Mass Desert Raiders versus Mass Earl's Guard. Earl's Guards right now are doing 19 damage to get up to 21 with the more keeps going for the armor tactics, so they can get pretty good damage right now. Desert Raiders have no melee damage at the moment, so they could go up to 12. They have same attack speed. They do have good melee armor at 7 against Earl's Guard, who do have 8. These guys could get up to 10 melee armor, which actually is quite significant. So it's going to set a step with all his bows. Definitely his incendiary arrows and silk bowstring. Silk bowstring would be very nice to help them out with that. And going to be pursuing these forces against good attacks there. Another dagger throw there. Looks like they have similar health at the moment as well. They do cost 180 resources, so they're far more expensive than the Earl's Guard, 50% more. And they should actually be very similar between the two in 1v1 combat. Though with Elite Armor Tactics and Biology, that will change the map quite a bit. Elite Armor Tactics is almost complete. Now they're up to 23 damage. Got another manor here. I'm providing 30 gold per minute. There's probably going to be increasing. Science cleaning up this gold deposit as well. We do also have the silk bowstrings being researched. No incendiary arrows just yet. Village trying to get some more emergency walls up. Now the Elite Yeoman upgrade. Since these guys don't have any inherent range armor, they're a little bit vulnerable to range damage. Good micro there by these Desert Raiders. What? He just deleted a group of them? I guess he wanted a bombard, right? Was that a misclick of something sort? I am not sure what happened there. That was clearly a delete order. Maybe a macro interrupted his delete command he was trying to cast somewhere else. I didn't hear any additional follow-up delete, so I'm not sure what went on there. Elite Yeoman being upgraded incendiary arrows now. Incendiary arrows and silk bowstring over here. Silk bowstring has been upgraded on the Yeoman already. Culvern fired somewhere? No, just a bombard placed inside the keep. Culvern hitting this keep over here. Cyan's army's a little bit spread apart. Oops. Got a group, this group heading up north. Incendiaries researched by Cyan. Or Red. Cyan just got his incendiaries. Going for elite camel lances now, and so is Biology. Desert is now 175 health. Elite Yeomen have 95 health. So they basically, once Biology is researched, the Deserters have twice the amount of health as the Yeomen. Yeomen right now doing 11 damage. Or lacking range damage upgrades at the moment, versus the 17 damage from the Desert Raiders. Couple camo lancers push the way forward. Rose guard over here being cleaned on up. We do also have now the increased attack speed of camel riders, which should be greatly useful for these guys. Now these desert raiders are pretty strong in both in range and in melee. You could use stand to get more melee damage armor for these units. Also find some of those villagers here, starting to pick some of them off. Temperature needs to fall back, take a bit of fire there from the senior arrows. Now the synchronous shot ability now being reached by the House of Lancaster. One of the better units that you can probably ready to use against these desert raiders is probably horsemen, though they do have an anti-cavalry melee attack as well. So maybe some spearmen or billmen in this case would be not half bad. Splitting up his forces there, taking some of those villagers, collected up that bit of stone. Keep is not firing away, 6 sight is currently neutralized. Horse Guards had advancing, got more reinforcements generally moving forward here. It needs to be a move forward, being intercepted by some of the melee attacks of those units. Culver and firing work gets to keep. Trying to push his way forward. Looks like he's starting to torch down this keep there. Camel Lancers intercepting the yeoman. It keeps taking a fair amount of damage now. Camel riders, desert raiders falling down south, trying to intercept these villagers. Still got 3,000 gold here. These villagers are going to run into themselves into a corner, so they're being picked off. Decided to chop down that tree to quickly make themselves a sarcophagus. You now have the yeoman 5% shot there, largely was avoided. Yeoman firing away from decent range. Of course, the city heroes not like a great thing to use against these mining camps. More deserters push their way forward. I am curious about the House of Wisdom's set of trade. Can get some stolen food and more Bedouin skirmishers. Decent shot to utilize there, largely missed though. Up north, we do have these forces pushing forward and some villagers who are trying to go for a keep. Earl's Guard trying to pursue these forces. Some of these are falling back with the yeomen. More desert raiders over here. Right now, there's currently 70 desert raiders on the field with 3 camel lancers. Most of these forces being brought in one at a time. Those considered by these yeomen. Got these forces heading up north, trying to intercept these forces. More desert raiders being summoned in now. Yeomen not necessarily counter these desert raiders. The moment they have higher damage, DPS, not to mention a far higher bulk, while also While they're about half the cost, I think Desert Raiders are more than twice as valuable. 101, 17 damage, or 1 minute attack speed, 17 damage. So DPS seems about the same, roughly, with the fast attack speed, but the platform's also durable as well. So yeah, these Desert Raiders are far more population efficient than these Yeomen for counters. He's pushing his way forward. More deserters over here, picking off some more of Red's villagers. Do now boiling oil being researched by Red. Getting some forward battering rams now. Another precision shot summon. More foes over here. I think as well, he can always build and siege weapons forward with his free siege engineers, including the unique siege weapon, Tower of the Sultan. Camel Lancer's charging way forward. Got a nice little barrage there. He's forced a little bit idle, does a full battery ram support them. These guys trying to force down the keep. Plus this area will be breached. A number of villagers here which could be hit. Veterans going straight for the keep. This is where he's researching boiling oil, so it actually may be destroyed in time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boiling oil was completed. Another precision shot there, get some good AoE damage. Yeoman and Earl's Guards is getting large enough numbers. Sign right now is having trouble remaxing with more Camel Lancers. These villagers being chased to the ends of the earth, which is over here. Doggo demands head pats. Couple Camel Lancers start their way forward. The Yeoman gains good damage. Earl's Guard's just being beefy enough to throw the front line. Damage down to 22. Another round of Camel Lancers or Desert just got deployed on the field. Batarians pushing over here. There may be a hole from the exploit, but they will make short work of the gate either way. It feels like Sign, even though Sign does have small military, they have a similar military force field, has far higher army value, has much smaller military numbers, but still feels like Sign's in an excellent position right now. A couple keeps down here. Large number of villagers here. Mana surrounding some of these villagers now. Been seeing a couple traders being put on the field. Another Lord of Lancaster got to redeploy the field. Let's go for them on the field at the moment. Relic's now exposed. No dervishes on the field to grab them though. Let's kill some of those units there. Got these forces clean up some of these villagers. Science starting to lose some momentum in the center of the map. Of course, he has great momentum over here. Secondary towns that are starting to be destroyed. It's out of blaze. Science is going to be grabbing his opponent's wood. Science have a huge trouble trying to remax. Actually running low on gold. This map is actually running pretty quickly out of gold. Got 3,000 gold there, where the lords have gone down. Yep, looks like Science is running out of gold to work with. Does have 2 sacred sites and 3 relics, which is a decent amount of free gold income. More of these traders being summoned, more than being picked on off. But I'm not sure where those traders are even coming from. Oh, way up here. Red's army finally gets cleaned on up. Slowly trying to regroup his forces. House of Lancaster is actually running low on gold as well. We're still taking hits there from these trebuchets. Handful of villagers here that probably make their way down to this gold deposit, start getting it cleaned on up. 3,000 gold is still a good amount to grab, particularly when both players are scraping bottom barrel for gold. Both players are actually pretty low in wood as well. Cyan is actually very, very low in all economy. May just needs off 600 stone. I think right now the House of Lancaster's mana is really paying dividends. More Desert Raiders here. I don't even think even Cyan has even built a barracks this entire game, has he? So he may even have some Dark Age experiments. Yeah, I don't even see a single barracks or archery range this entire game. So you're not liking transition to trash units. And some Bedouin swordsmen and traders. Wait, will these actually be traders or camel caravans? Wait a second. I don't think I know that answer. Are they the horse traders or the camel caravan traders? Because that's clearly a horse. What if they ever updated that? Oh well. Good backline unit there from Red. Red has a large food reserve, some gold reserve, and some wood. The Ivy player does have a good amount of food and wood, but needs to probably have to go for horsemen. They're probably not even be a veteran horseman at the moment. Yep, doesn't even have a veteran horseman at the moment. Going for our lords on spring golds. Pulling out the swords there, trying to clean up all these units. They probably do better than melee and higher DPS. Surface area will be another matter though. Keep has gone down. Spring Gold gets a good hit there on those melee forces. Another precision shot. Hit some of these camel caravans. Precision shot there, getting some splash damage. Running low on structures, almost knocked down a Golden Age, which actually is very important. Reduces the attack speed of his units, of his camels. you know, his entire army. He's another Lord of Lancaster. Another camel caravan here. And there goes Golden Age Tier 5, which is very important. Now his force is far, far weaker. Next round of traders is coming out for reinforcing in 6 seconds. Fast go for some emergency Bedouin swordsmen and skirmishers, but there's not enough gold for that. And with the trade, yep, and Sign does back of the game now. This Angrid saying, thanks for watching, and on to next replay. Alright, let's see now. Let's see, Relic River 11/1. So this one? Nope. This one. No. This one. Here we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the right side is the blue French, we got Fei Chan. Spawn on the left side is the magenta English, or purple English, we got GIF music. Some gold there. Will we see the Chamber of Commerce for the French? Very likely not. Will we see the Abbey Kings from the English? Very likely. Let's see now, this is a 4,000 gold deposit. Standard stone deposit. This map has a lot of gold up north with 3 large gold deposits. Was it this one spawned per blue side of the map? Not a huge issue. There's a handful of fish deposit center. I have seen occasionally where somebody goes for a dock and collect up the fishes through fishing boats. Probably a good idea not to go for too many of those though. Number of deer here. The other deer deposit way up north. There's a good number of small gold deposits and large gold deposits up north. So it tends to big conflicts of fight around here. Seems like in most games. We do see the council hall by the English player, which is simply is a ×2 bear archery range. Oh, this landmark had a buff last time I checked. Longbowmen produced from this landmark are 5% cheaper. Reduced from this landmark, so it does not affect all of them, just this one. And 5% is not a big deal. It's probably a small minor buff to get a bit more in play. I say that's a reasonable buff. It's a pretty weak, but probably would be very nice. Help support out that sort of place out. It'll also allow you to focus more on barracks as well than going for other archer ranges, but still. I wonder if the upgrades are slightly cheaper as well. Guess we're gonna wait and see. This one is going for School of Cavalry. I'm assuming that's still nice the same. Where yeah, production, all stables produce 20% faster. Upgrades still appear to be the same. I just realized you can get just longbow and slightly cheaper. You do have now a secondary town center being pulled up by magenta. Blue is actually cleaning up gold or stone as well, so I'm for another town center as well. An early English or Royal Knight now pulled in the field. Nobody in the scroll deposits, so that should be pretty safe. Secondary towns that are built, going for basic ground walls there. Looks like the Royal Knights backing on off. Looks like these villagers heading towards maybe the deer deposit. Let's see where. Looks like I'm gonna be building another town center next to the skull deposit. Very reasonable. Does scare away the scout there. May actually spot it. We do have down deer there, and it does spot the secondary towns that are being built. Kills off a couple deer there, but it's not too big of a distance. Just has to kill off that deer so it doesn't get scared away. Very reasonable. And now we do have some longbone being established now, as was a barracks to get out some early man-at-arms. One of the best units in the entire game. We have a wheelbarrow research. The English player's gone for no research at the moment. Going for a healthy number of longbowmans. We got a mill, some farms going on up. English player's going to go for the turtling game. French player is also doing the same thing as well. Could have gone for Chamber of Commerce with the pacing of this game so far. Knight and Scout moving around. These units starting to fall back now. Going for some more Hardened Spirit. Has not researched the early man-at-arms upgrade just yet. More walls being established. Scout being pursued by the Knight and Scout. Of course, the Scout does pull an axe like a madman. You should really run away from him. Villager just need ghost. Does ghost a bit of walls there. Does take some hits there. Scout does do bonus damage for the Scouts. Does torture that wall there, doing minor economic damage. Slowly backing on off. Trying to go for a charge there. Got some spearmen. The Scout actually may be saved. And Scout does get saved. Its health regen will take a bit of time to heal it up. It's like 0.5 a second. It's like 0.25. Scout stays alive. More farms being established there. Can build more farms. Going for another mill to collect the berries as well. The French player has enough resources to age up again. Going for the guild hall. I would recommend blue to go for the red palace over here. Though, I wonder if the College of Artillery got buffed. I think it's been well over a year since last I've seen that. Knight charge way forward, a couple spearmen to intercept. Or Lance, or Royal Knight, I should say. That seems all the same. Berkshire Palace, Warren Palace, still all seems fine. Let's see now. College Artillery still produces, which do 30% more damage. Royal Artillery versions unlock the artillery ability for all cannons. And contains. Wait, Revolve can get an artillery ability? Oh, just all the Royal Cannon. Yeah, Royal Cannon. Contains siege and gunpowder technologies, train units, and research technology 50% faster. So 30% increased firepower Balquin. The problem is, it's hard enough to even make a regular Balquin useful. If they're just not situationally good, it's not necessarily, I don't know. It seems like on paper this should be amazing, but I've rarely ever seen an excellent. Occasionally good, most of the time just not useful. And if the Red Palace being such an immensely powerful defensive placement, there's no reason why not to go for it. Well, either way, both players are now aged up. We do have, of course, the King's Palace, another town center here. The French do build villagers slightly faster. Got a nice little contingent force here now. Oh, we've got the boar being obtained. The English boar is actually spawned pretty close by, so the English player could still grab it, even though he's more focused on farms. It's pretty close by, and still has a lot of delicious meat inside of him. Crossbowman's got a good volley there. Longbowman as well. That Royal Knight took a bit of beating. He does a Veteran Royal Knight upgrade. We've got another monk on the field with two more, another one on the way. When it comes to relics, nobody's claimed any relics. Got one down here and here. One right here, which will probably go in favor of the English. This one is in the actual river itself, so that Pope Love is blood's getting extra soggy. And this one way up here. A veteran spearman research now on the way from the English player. Not a big surprise. The French tend to go heavy on Arboteers and on Royal Knights. So if the English player goes heavy in spearmen, he could go for Rebalquins. But it's probably still better just go for Springalds. I think Springalds right now are just better versus infantry than Rebalquins. So in Rebalquins, like any gunpowder unit, doesn't really care what they shoot at. That village drew the short straw. They saw a Royal Knight there. Got some more of Magenta's forces here. We got the Veteran Longbowman, Veteran Spearman, and the Lumber Preservation. Does the English player have siege engineers? Not yet. Oh, nice use of palings. These things are such a rare thing to see. It's like an actual deployment of them in a reasonable position. He's also set up an angle where he stays out of range of the town center, but able to harass the villagers. So we got really good palings being deployed out there. Up north, he does get spotted. A couple villagers trying to hide away in the outpost. Scout heading up north, more forces here. They want to get guys out of there to get more guys building. Scout may go down here. No arrow emplacement or anything of that sort. Exotic Doggo does go down. Royal Knights intercept some forces, very nice, get a lot of free kills there, but some of these villagers may go down. Monk does not wall. Outpost now being built. Up north. Let's get some rounds onto that crossbowman. The number of Royal Knights here. I wonder if he has chivalry researched. It all seems to be at full health. Couple outposts here. With the amount of defensive units or light units here, maybe the idea to go for an arrow in place to increase the range of defensive arrows. We do have now a 4-siege workshop there. Could go for trebuchet or batting rams. Mangonel wouldn't be half bad either. Royal Knights find some more reinforcements there. Exotic Doggo was also in the mix. Exotic Doggo does go down. Got a monk here trying to pick up this relic. Blue has his own monk there trying to pick up that relic. Purple's claim 2 picked up a third. Blue's has picked up a second. French player has enough gold to age on up. Let's check the guild hall if we have opportunity. A decent amount of food reserves, so the French player is getting pretty close of aging up. Idle village there. It looks like they're cooking up berries. And when I say the word berries, it just always reminds me of a Jeremy Star video. I think it was involving Daisy, or what was that zombie game that did not do very well? That was basically an armor mod. Daisy, right? Either way, if we have the longbone getting engaged, crossbone will micro back away from the Royal Knights so to get more damage done. But overall, there's a large mass of Royal Knights here. They have taken a fair amount of damage there. Really hope does hit another Royal Knight upon retreat. I thought I heard Trebuchet deployed in the field. I may be mistaken. A couple things on fire, so maybe there was a Trebuchet. Probably really hopes he has a Chivalry researched. We do have another Trebuchet there. Chivalry is being researched now. Secondary town center now getting hit. Town center is starting to get repaired on up. Spearman does go down there. And does take out a couple of those units here. We do have Magenta pushing forward over here. Townsend taking some more hits. Road Knight's going straight for the Trebuchet. Does impale him and does take out the Trebuchet there. But everything else here is starting to get set ablaze. Couple outposts here. Does get them garrison. The villagers either way is going to be going down. Road Knights receiving a lot of good health regen from Chivalry. Horseman Spearman trying to stop them. Keyword and trying part. Melee armor now being researched by the French. And a good number of these villagers are going down. The English player does spear number of villagers since he does have triple town center production. The French player now only has 1.25 at the moment. Oh, 90 villagers is still a good amount, and he's going to be quickly catching up the English player because the English player is probably not going for too many extra villagers. These ones need to start running away. They are far too wounded to stick around. More horsemen being employed on the field. Got these forces. Some of those knights are maybe going down, but we got some of these villagers getting hit there. French player can't be losing villagers at the moment. Or knights now engaging. Going for the red palace right. Oh. College of Artillery. We are going to see the College of Artillery. Royal Knight's taking a large amount of damage there. Blue does have a higher destroyed value at the moment. And more Magenta's reinforcements coming on in. Maybe we see Royal Rebalquins. The College of Artillery is complete. So you get both French cannon and Royal Culverins. What? Does not require set up the fire, so I think it is the post changes to the culverins, it's not the anti-siege weapon culverins. So wonder why he has access to both. Like they're effectively the same thing, right? By the way, got some Royal Rebalquins now before the field. We're doing 55 damage times 12. Whatever that entails. Does have, of course, the inherent 10 melee armor. but of course with low range armor. Biggest problem for them is still the range aspect. And didn't kill off a single unit there. Another one on the high ground firing. This is the part I don't understand about the thing. They either overkill or just don't kill anything. Maybe because they interrupt the barrage, and I was like, sure, trying to get that one repaired on up. I think these things should just overall just need to be reworked as a gunpowder version of mangonels. They just do a damage in area rather than trying to do some sort of weird burst thing. Horsemen being somehow good in numbers. They do get trained pretty quickly in the College of Artillery, 50% faster training speed. Going for the unique research now. Increase the health and armor, very useful for the Revolquins. That's university tech. Increased axles as well, which is of course not a university tech. Stuff being reinforced. We do now have the Woundguard Palace being blown field for all the fun units. Against all the horsemen, Woundguard Footmen seem like a good option to me. Let's see. Blacksmiths. Should go for more upgrades, of course. More upgrades here, including Spyglass.
Or ça, bien vous plaise l'achèvement.
So what is the real purpose of going for Royal Culverins as opposed to Royal Cannons? You get the artillery shot ability, like, is this just some sort of leftover? The Royal Culverin? Like, what's the advantage of the Royal Culverin over the Royal Cannon? It costs us 25 more wood and 50 less gold. I don't know. If somebody could tell me what's the real advantage of the Royal Culverin over the Royal Cannon, just let me know now. Because beforehand, it was meant to be anti-siege weapon like the Spring Gold, but of course that whole big rework. Part of me wonders if that Royal Culverin still retains the anti-siege aspect. Maybe it was never changed to begin with, but I doubt that's going to be the case. That would have been spotted a long time ago. Chemistry, Elite Horsemen. Good number of horsemen field. A couple are, of course, the Royal Revolquins. And here's the thing as well, I'm probably butchering this name the entire time. Revolquins. Yeah. Maybe these guys will work better if their burst duration was actually longer, so they potentially get a retarget. Maybe they should work like some of the Company Heroes 2, where they can fire partial volleys and then reload once it gets completed. I'm not sure, it's something to get them a bit of rework. They do have 5 visible barrels with 12 shots that fire really quickly, so... Spearmen do cleaned on up. Down south got some forces here. Of course, got a keep for the cost reduction aura. They actually got a pretty good volley there. Maybe it's hard to tell what's going on. Maybe they're a little bit buggy to use in general. This one? Oh yeah, Greased Axle's been researched, so it is moving faster now. Oral Knight's getting a bit of health regen going. Enclosures now being researched. Good number of horsemen being deployed on out, and there's a good number of villagers there can be called. 83 versus 136 villagers, so blue is behind the villager count, and magenta is locking down that trade post. A number of horsemen coming for a nice little flank there. Pushing down that wall, these are French stone walls. He does have this gold deposit within Sphere of Influence as well. So the French player does have some gold income, but that's going to be rapidly seized. Another 2,500 gold left there. Starting to torch down some of the stuff here. Got a good number of French horsemen over here. The gold hole's probably tasked with gold at the moment. That is a royal cannon. So cavalry's going for horsemen. There's a good hole. Has some gold. Has 1400 inside of it. Very good. Horsemen straight forward. Got the Palace of Kings here. We've got some elite knights, which these guys should actually be pretty good against them. They should, with 50 damage times 12. That is a lot of damage. What was that? 660 damage, excluding armor. So they should be good against individual knights. You have some Warren Guard Rangers being pulled on the field, a very fun unit. I think Warren Guard Footmen overall will be the best choice versus all of these horsemen, since they do have a bit of anti-cavalry damage. Oh, okay, that time that one was pretty good. Took out 3 knights in one volley. So is it good versus cavalry? I don't understand how it exactly works. It's hard to just watch and see. It does break open the market there. Villagers here starting to be engaged. So the Republican are doing quite good versus Spearmen and Knights after all their melee units. They still have horrible range armor. Even with siege works. Does find a good number of these villagers, which they managed to trap a good number before getting inside the keep, so only 1 villager got inside at the moment. Only 8 villagers got into safe harbor, and the keep itself will just be torched. A couple of Republicans here. Kills off those villagers trying to rebuild those walls. Got a big ground of spearmans here. Does find some more basic walls there, but can be gone around. Spearmen engaging the horsemen now. Looks like it's just horseman play is a good way to work with the less number of villagers. Not to mention just being ultra mobile, while the English players going for not mobile with all the spearmen. A very nice dynamic there. Even though spearmen counter the horsemen, if the horsemen just simply not engage the spearmen most of the time, you can just simply avoid it, or engage small groups of spearmen with larger numbers, and pick up on the move. Doesn't have the Royal Bloodlines research just yet. Oh, there's one for Royal Bloodlines now. Got elite arm text for the English player. Yeah, so say go for Warren Guard Footmen. As much as I love Warren Guard Rangers, which he may be going for them to counter the Revolcans, seeing they have such low range armor. Yeah, 35% is not a lot. Warren Guard Rangers actually probably would be a good item in this situation, because Revolcans are stuck at 3.75 range, and Revolcan and the elite Warren Guard Rangers have like 9.5 range with Silk Bowstring. Nicely take out that Revolcan. The French player is going for a large number of horsemen. Both sides are going for a gold lackluster army. The French player has 1,000 gold. The English player only has 200, so definitely spending all his gold on those Warren Guard Rangers. Hope he has the arrow volley ability, and these horsemen taking a fair amount of damage there. Number of villagers there. This wood heavy playstyle does cost a lot of wood. The Water Funk. More horsemen there. Does have the artillery shot ability. Loads his cannon with artillery shot that has increased range of 5 tiles and 30% more damage. Can only target buildings. Base is simply put, it is a 15 tile artillery shot ability. To basically do something close to a Hui Pow. Warren Guard Rangers backing him off. Horsemen, of course, their natural counter. No incendiary arrows or anything of that sort. No Silk Bowstring. As much as like the Warren Guard Rangers, they're simply not upgraded enough to really be supported. English player is lacking a lot of blacksmith research as well. There's an opening here, so the horsemen can slip on by. More horsemans there. Walls are still exposed here, so these horsemen can go straight to his opponent's base, and nothing's stopping them. see, increased damage by 30%. With 78, so 800, increase that damage by 30%. Close, let's just round it up to a nice even 1,000 damage shot versus buildings, which is pretty good. The number of spearmans there. He inspires an army size of 100 versus 76. So Springals and Robalquins both be useful against all of these spearmen. Silk Bowstring now being researched. Pushing right forward there. Has to basically rely on a single Robalquin deal with all these spearmen, but it's getting hit pretty hard by the Warren Rangers. Without the Incendiaros, it's hard to tell, but they were actually hitting him and ripped apart that Robalquin quite easily. So Springballs may be a better option at this moment. Much more range, so it's easy to keep safe. Not much cheaper. Spearman now engaging, trying to hit those Warren Guard Rangers. Another Robalquin here, getting hit by the Warren Guard Rangers quite hard. It's sort of interesting. I think not going for Incendiaros may actually make it a little bit easy to pick up the Robalquin, since it's just harder to see those arrows. Let's take it out there. This terrain is pretty light, so it's somewhat hard to see those arrows. Pile of dead horsemen there. 2 landmarks destroyed by blue. Capital's going down. This is Annihilation victory right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trying to mass repair the capital. Villagers getting hit pretty hard there. Capital has been destroyed. I don't think he can. Yeah, I think this base rush is not going to work out. Blue's lost a good number of villagers. Blue is lacking food, gold, and wood. The capital is being rebuilt pretty quickly. The village is safe enough. No arrow volley just yet. Going for the bombard there. Town center is still not built. You can see by the not accessible. Spearmen engaging these units. Horsemen, of course, are going to be very useful against these battering rams. The French player's down to 30, 29 villagers. The player's going for another round of stone walls there. I think the French player is done for at this moment in time. He has no villagers. Has a bit of stone to work with. Collects a bit more wood. Can get that secondary town center going. But I don't think he can mount another assault to clean up now 2 landmarks. He should realize his counter's going down. The Roaring Guard Palace is about to get recompleted. Has a good contingent of spearmans here. Going to big ground stone walls here, and with that, that's closing in the noose on the French player. Not all the segments have been ghosted just yet. So there's still room to maneuver. But these stone walls are just simply a hard counter to these horsemen, since they can't do anything to them. More spearmen. That's all he really needs. English player stockpiling gold. He actually has pretty much access to all the gold deposits and has 0 villagers on gold at the moment. Simply does not need to collect any gold at the moment. Still should go for more blacksmith upgrades. Spearmen now push forward to the capital. Blue's trying to push way forward, but there's a pile of stone walls there, and yeah, the spearmen don't need to be there. Saw a couple arrows up there, or those just these villagers firing away must be. For Balkans, as I don't do sea damage, they should not be able to attack those wall segments. Oh, they can. Huh, did not realize they can. And since they are Royal Balkans, they actually do 5 damage per bullet, so they can actually do damage to stone walls. I thought that you had the siege type to do damage to walls. I guess I was mistaken there. Oh, either way, Guildhall is being set ablaze. Could withdraw from Blast Smoke, call artillery going for Royal Artillery. But that means these landmarks quickly go on down to the Spearmans. Everything going down over here, including the University. A couple more Spearmen down south. No villagers down here to build a proxy siege workshop. Build another line of stone walls, why not? I forget, can stone towers be torched by cavalry and infantry units there? If not, then put some stone towers there. Oh, looks like they died from dysentery. The French player is out of villagers. I think they may be chatting or something of that sort at the moment. Outpost being upgraded. French player has... yeah. The game's over. I think they're just a little bit idle at the moment. I'm just going to fast forward. Just wait forward, with another stone around the stone walls there, so they can't do much. The Royal Artillery does manage to break through that stone gate. And we've got a good contingent of spearmen there, but they're pretty stacked up. He's got one of the Royal Balkans there with the Warren Rangers. Without incendiaries, it's really hard to see them being picked off this map terrain. All the Balkans go down. Picking out the Council Hall. All the landmarks have been rebuilt. Actually, no, the King's Palace is not. And Blue does back the game now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I am back. Let's see. The one I'm looking for is this one. Gorge 1111. Greetings everyone, Angrade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Small on bottom left side is the Yellow Roost, we got Selena Gomez. Small on top right side is the Orange Order Dragon. We got capital I with a hat and lowercase I with a not hat of an orb. Looks like immediately going for some delicious pieces of venison here. And of course, got the hunting cabin there, going for additional scouts. Well, it's not uncommon to see professional scouts nowadays, so going for the deer deposit immediately will help deny professional scouts by simply making less targets. We got also survival techniques being researched by the lord.agion, which is pretty early. Going for a house here, you monster. Looking a bit of gold. Of course, we got 2 hunting cabins on the field. This one's surrounded by 28 trees. This one's surrounded also by 28 trees. More sheeple being obtained. Let's see now. With this new patch, I wonder if there's any changes to some of the Roost landmarks. I've been seeing minor changes, mostly the Lords of Lancaster. Let's see. Oh, that appears to be... Oh wait, did Kremlin get changed? Can levy militia every 80 seconds to the capital town center. Oh, that maybe I probably just got confused by the description. We have the Golden Gate now being established here. We do have Yakin Chapel being established here as well, so that's all pretty standard. Yep, looks like all this seems the same, though. Manor Pass didn't provide plus 50 plus minus 50 minus 50. I thought it was like something like 30 30. Maybe that's been slightly buffed. Can't remember. A lot of small changes in this last patch, but nothing critical. Just small, fine balance changes. Nothing big like a whole siege rework. When it comes to match tradition, orange does have a good amount of gold in this side of a small one over here. Both do deposit in this direction. Yellow has both large and small gold deposits here, while the natural and the other small one over here with a deer deposit in the corner. Oh, that's a sheep there. That's why I'm wondering. It seems like more deer here. Nope, that's just a brown sheep. Just one of its their distant four-legged brethren, right? Orange Scout trying to engage Yellow Scout. The ungilded Scout stabbing the ungilded Scout. Of course, it's going to be 2 Scouts versus 1, so 2 Scouts will definitely win that fight. The Roost players also, or the Order Dragon players collecting some stone here, so he's going to be eyeing for another town center. Roost players not building anything at the moment, no combat structures. We've got a wooden fortress there for more drop-offs. So we've got a fast castle. He could go for Abbey of the Trinity. Abbey of the Trinity, of course, does reduce the cost of all warrior monks by 50%. This was changed the last big patch, not the small patch recently, to get them, make your warrior monks have the same base cost as horsemen, which could be quite nice, but still does not get selected. And of course, High Trade House is still normal as well. It's actually been a while since the last cast Roost, so nice to see some of the other factions still being played. Order Dragon's still pretty uncommon, but I feel like I cast more Order Dragon nowadays than Roost, which is still pretty rare. Then again, I do mostly just go through top level players, and that's probably just what's in meta among top ranking players. The Roost still have some of the best knights in the game. Not to mention a lot of good utility. The Roost is still pretty good in my opinion. They have a lot of good cavalry with Warrior's Fortitude, Horse Archers, Poleaxes, and not to mention they have dirt cheap gunpowder units, so they have one of the best gunpowder hand cannoneers in the game as well. Just simply costing cheap. High Trade House now being established over here. We'll help skim some of these trees here. And decent amount of hunting cabin gold right now for the Roost player. And now actually starting to build a mining camp. This is the first mining camp in the entire game. The Roost player is now going for early night. Not so early night. You do have a not so early horseman here either. Gilded horseman. Scout will likely be going down. Does manage to escape, however. 2 charges available. We do have the Akin Chapel building some farms around it, still collecting some wood. There's the secondary town center location, which I've been forgetting to mention. This player does have 300 bounties, need 400 for the tier 2. And monster being established there. I'm gonna grab some early relics. And since this opponent has gone for a fast castle, while the Order of Dragon player is not going for fast castle, you probably should go for Bolgraf Palace, because the chance of him claiming enough relics to make it worth its while is very unlikely. There's actually a good chance he may claim 0 relics right now. These players now deploying or upgrading his knights to early knights to regular knights. Wow, that is what I'm looking for. And since it's an early upgrading an early to normal, it does cost half price. So compared to say the veteran royal knight upgrade or the Kashik upgrade, it's simply half price. And I believe it is research half time as well. Villagers starting to get hit here. I think one did actually go down there. Yep, one did go down. Does pick up a relic. Warrior monks still move at a decent pace with a relic. Lord of Dragon still not aging up just yet and does not have enough resources. Halfway there. Golden Gate has 4 charges. Doesn't have really the resources right now to use those charges. Warrior monk here needs a Wolo. They're gonna just trying to keep on running. Go to Spearman there. Drops a relic and going to run that way. Plunge into the capital. Goes back on off. Got a Roost Archer, a regular knight advancing. Oh, another warrior monk gets spotted there. This one takes a bit more damage there. Looks like these units being picked off as well. And horsemen do move faster than knights, so this knight can be picked apart by the horseman. Right now there's a good number of these gilded horsemen there, and gilded spearmen. Just no heart, and there's a hearted spearman. He is going for Regni's Cathedral, so he's going to try to go for relic play. Right now yellow's claim 1 relic. And there's a couple more relics up here. This archer's firing away, he's trying to, which will be baited into the roost or the gilded horseman. In order to make the Regni's Cathedral worth more than Bolgraf Palace, you will need to get 4 relics. Though, there is a thing about, if you don't get enough relics, at least any relics you claim, you don't have to do much, won't have to do anything to maintain the value when it comes to building for the Bolgraf Palace. We do have 5 Roost Knights in the field with 6 archers on the field. Warrior's Fortitude I don't think has been researched just yet. There goes the Warrior Monk. Roost Knights or Roost Archers being picked on off. Do have Saint's Blessing now activated there. Get a bit of damage going. Roost Archers sort of just got thrown away there. Roost Knights can be hit by these gilded spearmen. Wolo. That one Roost Knight need to fall back. Roost Knight should be fine enough to be fine. This one should probably just fall back home. Let a warrior monk heal it up. It is quite wounded. Do now have the veteran archer research. Veteran spear and upgrade on the way for the Order Dragon. +1 range damage, you could go for another +2 range damage for to help out his archers. And there's the prelate there, if I were to get impaled. I should be able to pick him off no problem. Not enough force there, though this Roost Knight that's wounded out in front, which is not great. He will pick off that one Roost Knight. Takes out the Gilded Spearman first, very good. The other two horsemen are severely wounded. Got a Gilded Knight now deployed on the field. Archers push way forward. Right now, yellow has claimed 2 relics, orange has only claimed the 1. Neither player has any relics picked up. Archers going straight for the villagers. Takes on some of these gilded villagers. Gilded villagers are 28% more effective than normal villagers, so add 28% to the 55 villagers, which is what, another 15? So in other words, Order Dragon's economy is doing quite well. Spring Golden placement firing away. These units trying to fall back. Get a bit of damage there. Another knight goes down. These ones need to find a warrior monk get healed on up. More Roost Knights up here. Third relic picked up by yellow. There was a relic over here, which is now here. Just leaving the last one down here. So it looks like orange or yellow maybe will claim up to 4 relics. Giving this opponent only 2 relic income as versus 4, which is pretty good.
Наказа ожидаю. Исполнено будет. Живу службы ради. Они стреляют в нас! Иду, куда наказано.
Does spot the Gilded Spearman there. Sending down to go to archers down south would be all he needs to clear those out. Still collecting up some deer there, but starting to run out. Currently, the high trade is providing 150 gold per minute, which is pretty nice. I'm probably getting a good amount of gold from a large number of these hunting cabins. And yellow's going for another town center. Exotic Doggo does go down. 2 spearmen here. Orange has gone for some basic walls here. Very nice. Trying to secure up this gold. Also is going for go for some Pumbaa. Spearman's gonna go on down now. Nice easy clear up, which will give yellow 4 relics. Yellow's also not researched Boyar's Fortitude just yet. What a good idea to go for this sooner rather than later. Not too terribly expensive. Or the Dragon player has almost enough gold to age on up, just need a bit more food. And I don't think Palza Swabia... Pumbaa's starting to go down there. Paul Swabia would of course give him an earlier age up, but with his already having 2 town centers in the field, I don't think Paul Swabia will be a great call. Going forward, the Elspot Palace not going to be super powerful as well, but it will be a free keep with extra health. and make another buildings nearby take a bit more damage. This map is a little bit choke point. It tends to be fought around here, so Elsbach Palace with a keep or two on the flanks would be half bad. Gilded Horseman and Knight takes out a villager. And he only has one relic, so you can always load up a relic on one of those landmarks. For extra health, defense, range, and all that sort. These forces are on a fall back now. Got a good number of forces here, including some gilded crossbowmen. Nearest players going heavy knights. But that's something what the reason to go for. They tend to also ditch knights when they get to age 4. Almost enough gold to age up. Just need a lot more food. Going for a large pile of research. Going for a horse spearman as well. You now have the veteran horseman now being researched. Horseman does, or warrior monk does go down. Does capture the sacred site in time. Immediately being decaptured now. Looks like both players going for a round of walls there. I'm not sure if these walls, this wall is something that could actually be built, but looks like maybe. These set of walls will be built. That villager may be going down. Does spot some of these dragon villagers there. Right now they have some villager numbers, but it also means Order of the Dragon's villager economy is much better, being 28% more better. Villagers going on down. More villagers over here playing Ring Around the Rosie. Scout here caused some issues. These villagers backing on off. Got some roost spearmen right here. Oh yeah, I completely hate how they made the spearmen use axes and stab with axes. I really, really hate that. This force needs to find a couple warrior monks to get healed on up. That is, you will save a lot of value if it takes time to heal up with a warrior monk or two. That villager does go down as well. He tried to be a hero and pull out a knife. We do now have Military Academy being researched by the reverse player. Villagers trying to build some more fortified palisade walls. Good number of archers here. Villagers try to go for that gold deposit. Almost the max out trade hunting bounties. I got some more delicious venison over here. He is aging up for the Spritskaya Tower with the high trade house. Spritskaya Tower is the rare of the two landmarks. It's a weapon placement with double health and all weapon placements. The Elsbach Palace is very similar to it. And also allows you to build stone walls, gates, and stone towers. Stone towers are already rare enough that I probably have casted like 3 replays of a stone tower at the most. It's probably the rarest structure in the game. I can't even think of what's anything that's even rarer to train or build than it. Even Bedouin swordsmen and skirmishers are more common than stone towers. We do have now a big conflagration here. Spearmen pushing forward, but there's some lance connects mixed on in. Archers and crossbow just generally firing away. Looks like overall, yep, just a general attack move. Those over here going down, so it looks like Yellow's age up will be interrupted. Cancel Spritskaya Tower. Reaping the Spritskaya Tower. Contract the army there. He has some resources to work with to get some more reinforcements. Just going for more spearmen. And it looks like it's being good enough distraction there. Orange does have all sacred sites captured. Horsemen clean up some more of those range units now. Elspach Palace not being built, so both of them going for the rare of the two landmarks. The high armor still is unchanged, appears to be. Double town center here, so it has some extra arrows, plus the wooden fortress can always fire, provides fire support. Villagers here can be tasked on anything. Secondary town center is taking some damage. We've got some Schultzy on the build too. Secondary town center may be destroyed soon. It is set ablaze. Orange pushing forward some more horsemen in this region. There's of course the Spritskaya Tower for extra defense. Those trying to interrupt the secondary town center. The tertiary town center is still firing away. Spearman pushing over here. We do have looks like some villagers trying to collect some gold being intercepted. Farmers here. One villager idle. We now have the elite lance connects, as was elite gilded horsemen. Spearman engaging these gilded crossbowmen. Schultzy now firing away. You have to keep their distance a little bit from the horsemen, but they do get cleaned up by the cannon placement. And looks like there's some good horsemen do clean up everything down south. Yellow still has triple town centers, so his village production is not too harmed. Orange has more villages than one, plus 28% economy, so his economy is doing quite well. He could probably hold off on some villager production, keep his villager count low to get more military units in the field, since his villagers are pack far more weight than normal. Did that actually just miss the wooden fortress? That's a larger target than normal outpost, but somehow it missed. Is he attack ground? And we got some rare roost stone walls. Which help him control the flanks, of course. Orange taking time to seize this gold deposit. It just got started. Can't be letting that happen. Gold is very valuable. Gold is, of course, made out of gold. It's worth its weight in gold. And yellow has not seen that just yet. A number of these honey cabins do have a little extra gold generation from nearby trees. That one not so much. Tidehorn being researched. Do have now a keep over here to help him keep that gold deposit. And plus, he still has all sacred sites there. He has 5 minutes and 37 seconds until victory. The Roost player is going for Schultzy Horsemen. Roost Horsemen are some of the best in the game. Schultzy, of course, is some of the best in the game. And his spearmen are completely and utterly ordinary. And have a horrible visual design. Does spot all this here. Bruce Bombard on the build queue. Whereas 42 has been researched, biology has not. Serpent gunpowder play has not. Oh, there's the Elswalk Palace. Could go for a forward town center to get emergency repairs. Going for both the fire armor and the increased health, towers and gates. He is also going for the final gold collection technologies for more drop off. Yellow's not even got a single gold research at the moment. Wooden Fortress Dodge Scale has failed it. Horsemen now advancing. He's of course a good number of good horsemen. Spearmen of course on the flanks. Chelsea trying to micro his way back. The bombard is getting picked off even by the keep itself. Orange's horsemen are being forced on the back. Chelsea makes his way forward. He does have a no serpentine gunpowder. Yeah, some of them just managed to get static emplacement going. Another bombard one field gets inserted by the good horseman. Chelsea find a way, getting some good hits on the hand cannoneer. Horseman does pick off that trebuchet. Chelsea in good enough numbers, but this gold deposit still being seized. 2,000, half has already been seized. Luckily, Yellow does have a good number of relics. Right now, Yellow's also lacking low on food. Has plenty of wood, so battery rams can always be a possibility. He has also 8 charges in the Golden Gate. Maybe sell off yeah, just sell off 8 charges of wood and get a pretty good amount of gold. Turn 800 to 1200. Yeah, that would be very good. Look at the Golden Gate, just stores charges, so you can always go for it later. Just gotta remember, you have it. It can easily be an easy thing to forget. It's a good landmark. Just one that takes a micro-intensive. If there's some sort of auto sell feature, I think players would go for it and not even think about it. Or automatically say sell, task to sell food or wood whenever you get the opportunity. This is also a great way to buy a stone. Not a great place to sell stone. I think selling stone normally is cheaper, right? Or more valuable. It has a ×2 wage. Is there another market for me to compare to? There's one. Normal market rate for selling 100 stone, 92 gold. Yeah, I suppose you will still get a better market rate. All these forces now push straight forward. Try and pick up some of those dragon cannoneers. 6th victory if successful, 1 minute 30 seconds. Bombard trying to take out some of these outposts. Rare Orange pushing forward another dragon cannoneers, which are pretty good. They have extra range and attack speed. Good enough to go to the Loose Horsemen, Boyar's 42 Horsemen with biology. It will overwhelm them quite easily enough. One minute remaining. Bombard 3-4. 6th site now being interrupted. Cannon place will be going down. Unfortified. Orange streaming units on the point, which will slow the decap rate, will not interrupt the or stop or continue the countdown. Looks like the yellow will stabilize, prevent the 6th side victory. The armor tactics being researched by the Roost player, very useful for the spearmans. torching down that wall there next to the gate. Number of villagers there and here. Yellow right now does have a larger army size on the field, as well as more army value. Good number of Shroud Sea. This one does have a good number of Dragon Cannoneers, though. Going for a round of unupgraded archers. Go for Dragon Scaled Armor and the Veteran Archer Research. Serpentine Gunpowder as well. Trying to apply Council Shroud Sea with the Gilded Hand Cannoneers. Not Cannoneers, the Gilded Archers. More fortified palisade walls being researched or built. There should be an opening here, though. Bombard engaging the siege workshop, and this one's engaging the Elsbach Palace directly. So far at the moment. Looks like siege workshop will just be burnt down. It does get affected by its own aura influence, so it does technically have more health than the Spritskaya Tower, if my offhand math is incorrect, because that should be effectively addition. No, it should be pretty similar. 33% would be up to 10,000, but in this case it's not, so it'll actually be slightly less. Does take out one bombard, the other one stays up. Got the Dragon Cannoneers, does finish off the bombard. Go to Spearman now retaliating. More of the Root Spearman being put on the field, stabbing people with axes. Incendiary arrows now being researched by the Order of the Dragon player. Elsbach Palace is starting to go on down. Horsemen pushing way forward. Charles in the back line, Dragon Cannoneers firing away. Got the veteran Gilded Archers being empowered by a Prelate. Right now, Orange has a larger army on the field, but Yellow has a higher quality force. Charles in a good position in the back line. Some to get statically in place, increasing their attack speed. All horsemen push way forward, but they can't get past the Dragon Cannoneers. More Gilded Horsemen push way forward. 450 health versus the Roost's 256. So statistically, the Roost Horsemen are more healthier. And also got some Saint's Blessing being summoned as well, getting additional damage and health. Down south, got some outposts here. Yellow's still cleaning up some gold. Since the Roost player is going heavy number of horsemen, he doesn't need as much gold income. The Order Dragon player has a pitiful amount of gold. Even after stealing a large amount of his opponent's gold, he's still simply just running out. He does have 1/6 at the moment and only one relic, so all this passive gold income is actually quite diminished as well. Has not established any ungilded traders. Some horsemen managed to find their way around. Trying to hit all these ranged units there. And Orange does resign. This is Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So as right now, I'm just having trouble with staying awake at the moment. I've been not getting much sleep lately. So everyone, thank you for watching.